Hey guys, it's me Pinky. Last Layers of Flame we had also the Daenerys weapon as a new thing in the Layers of Flame, which I until today, let's say, missed to talk about, and I want to make up for this, so let's go and look at Daenerys' Mainhand. So her Mainhand is the Dragon Teeth, or the Dragon Tooth, I'm not sure. It basically changes her skill on 0 stars for the Dragon's Invitation, summons Elite Dragon to launch one attack, damage coefficient 150%. Her normal awakening has only 50%, so it triples the second attack of Daenerys Dragon, which is the first thing that happens in battle. At least it happens before Salma. I'm not exactly sure about the Blue Dragon Flame Breath. It could be Flame Breath, Dany, Salma, but at least it happens as the first commander thing. And then basically it stays all the same. Like the active army cooldown stays at 3 seconds, the disarming effect stays at 80% and stays at 4 seconds. So basically she disarms the enemy front row for 4 seconds and does that every 7 seconds with an 80% miss effect, which sounds quite good, but if you compare it to Cersei, you will see it's okay. But Cersei has the way stronger disarm effect, so it's way more useful versus Bleed, especially with the Mainhand. But maybe let's take a look into the first part, the dragon attack. So for this I have one solo saved where I'm using Dany, and there you can see it's basically killing 5k spears, 7k calves. Why it kills more calves? Because, well, the enemy spearmen were way more tanky. So it's basically your dragon against the enemy dragon, and then the enemy health stats versus your dragon, maybe also the defense stats, but everyone always claims that defense does not work with dragons. I'm not exactly sure, but since I can't prove one or the other, I will go with what everyone says, so mostly it's only the health bonus. This may look like not a lot, but keep in mind that some people send very small armies to counter your Salma, and Dany would kill that off, and then Salma would hit the enemy main army. So enemies need to send some more troops to counter-effect Salma, and if you get the Mainhand, it would easily kill 15k and 21k, which is, in my mind, then already a lot. And you have to keep in mind, my dragon blessing is only like 1600, so my dragon could have a lot more dragon power, which would lead into a lot more damage. And every percentage of crit does raise her damage by 1%. So basically I'm having 120 and you can have, I think, like 150. And I could have a level 70 blue dragon instead of a level 68 first dragon, which is the weakest. So for, let's say, higher spenders, there's a lot of space to improve Dany's skill. And then triple this up is quite powerful. And even more so if we look into a rally. So if we look into this screenshot I took for like comparing reasons, I'm killing like 450k of the enemy because I'm having 8 dragons now and not just only 1. And if you take 450k, had the potential to even get higher and higher and higher with a better dragon, more crit and whatnot, then think about triple of this. You're easily killing 1 million, 1.5, maybe 2 million. I think I saw some fights with like 1 million killed by Dany in the first second, and if you would triple this and kill 3 million only by Dany, then you will see unlocking the Mainhand is very, very good. Maybe not so for the solos, but even there, I think 15k and 21k, if someone goes 2 lines against you, it's a nice thing. And then if you think about, I'm still having like potential for 800 levels of blessing. I think unlocking the Mainhand, if you have a Dany 4-star, it's for sure worth it, and I will do it. Let's take a look into the other levels. So if you look at the maximum effect, you will see the dragon attack stays the same, which is good, because I think the dragon attack is already very powerful, and if it would be more powerful on 4 stars, it would start to get a bit stupid. But what you can see is that you will disarm 2 enemy front rows, so 2 enemy lineups with their front row, disarmed, and you will disarm them for 7 seconds, which means Dany will perma-disarm 2 of the 5 enemy lineups, so like 40% of the enemy troops. Will miss by 80%, which means basically you get 32% less attacks in, which is of course important against bleed, for example. The main difference here is that Dany will always walk. Cersei is a luck chance. You could technically have all your commanders away, activate even 4 times, and still the 20% chance of Cersei could not proc. So it's possible that in some cases Cersei will not disarm the enemy when it should. Dany will always disarm the enemy, but the disarming effect is a bit weaker. But on the other hand, if you have both, you get more disarming. Still, I think if I compare Dany and Cersei, because if you want to 4-star them, Cersei is very powerful, especially against breed, but also against females, and not so useful, of course, against weakness. But if you just unlock them, as like a spender like me, I won't 4-star them, then I think Dany has the better main hand. But overall, I would say Cersei is the better commander, so I would say the main hands are kind of fair. So I like the design, and I hope this video was at least a bit helpful. If you think you need Dany and her main hand, have fun getting her.